Well, let me take a sip here. Whew. This has been a tough one here, man. Holy cow. We've had everything. Politics, uh, uh, Saquon versus Hurts, the draft. This is right here made for big sales. Let me take a sip here. Whoa, yeah, a little bit of things in there. How you doing? All right. I'm gonna need it. Without further ado, this guy must. Let me see it. Zander must have worked, I would say, in a day, probably Thursday and Friday. This guy had to have been working on 16 hours of working, maybe only like 8 hours of sleep, maybe even 6 hours of sleep. Because he had to get up and do Birds 365 as well. And then on Monday, he had to do it too. So let's, without further ado, bring our boy in. Big Z.
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
I got to give you some kudos, man. Great work.
Bro. I appreciate it. All good, man. A lot of fun covering the draft this weekend. Pretty good haul for the Eagles, I thought. 10 players.
Yep.
I didn't think it was insane. I mean, I'm not walking out of there like you were, a couple of years ago or last year even. But overall, I think a pretty good haul for the team. And obviously a lot of drama today in Eagle Land. As you said, a show made for Big Sills.
Hey, let me ask. We'll ask you, what'd you make of the Super Bowl MVP not going to the White House?
Yeah, I think there's no other way to slice this other than that this is a failure as a leader of a football team. And I understand everybody's going to say, I don't care about another man, what they do. It's his decision to make. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. Are you the leader of the team or are you not? You're the team won the Super Bowl. Your team was invited to the White House to celebrate that Super Bowl, and you decided to put your personal beliefs before the football team. Again, I'm not here to criticize. I don't really care. I really don't. And that's really my big take, is that I don't care nearly as much as most of the other people do. But this was a failure to lead the football team. And in fact, I don't even know if he is the leader anymore. Are you the leader of the team or are you not? Being a leader is not showing up when you want to lead. Being a leader is showing up when you don't want to lead. It's being there for the people that you don't resonate with. It's not, hey, this is my take. These are the people who agree with my take. And if you're not with us, then I'm not showing up. Now, if Jalen wanted to say in the meeting, hey, guys, as the leader of the team, I don't want to go to the White House. Okay, that's perfectly fine. But the minute your team decides to go to that White House or Jeffrey Lurie puts his foot down, as the leader of the team, I believe you should have went and you should have been there to be the leader of the team. Again, the other side of it, which I also see, is that I actually think Jalen did it the right way if you were going to skip. Again, I don't agree with skipping. I would have went, and it's not about, hey, me saying, oh, I would go to the White House. I don't give a shit if I would go to the White House or if you would go to the White House or if Eskin would or Angelo or Cobb. That's not my point. As the leader of the team, I believe you should have went to the White House. But if you're going to skip, I actually believe he did it the right way. Because if he did come out and say, Jalen Hurts, is that now you're opening up a media firestorm on politics. Every question at the start of training camp is going to be about what Jalen Hurts had to say about the politics. So you're protecting, in a way, the locker room from answering bullshit like that. But overall, my take is, dude, you put yourself first. Leaders don't put themselves first in anything. And by the way, here's the other thing. Everybody's acting like Jalen Hurts is just another dude. He's not.
No.
He's not. He's not Devontae Smith. He's not AJ Brown. He is the leader. He's the quarterback. Are you the leader or are you not? Somebody brought up Brady skip. Yeah, fucking stupid by Brady.
No doubt. No doubt.
Same take.
Stupid.
As the leader of the team, go. Be the leader of the franchise. Or don't be. Did you go to Disney World when you won the MVP of the Super Bowl? Right?
Of course
you can do that on a couple hours of sleep.
Oh, hey, of course he went to Disney and Bob Iger's famous place.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, how's Snow White doing? Anyway,
by the way, I think there's ripple effects here.
To what point, Zander?
I don't think a crazy point, but I think Jalen Hurts, since he's been in Philadelphia, has embodied an unbreakable leader mentality of keep the main thing, football, winning, all of those things. And to everybody, even his biggest haters, that was unshakable. There was nothing you could point to that would take away from the image that he portrayed as the leader and as the selfless guy on the football team. What didn't matter when the running questions came up. It didn't matter. It didn't matter when they lost the Super Bowl. Now I think you've planted a seed because of the political nature of this, by the way, which I don't like. I agree with everybody on that. I don't like that. But that's where politics are now. Jalen Hurts has opened up this can for people like you, people like all sorts of other people to say, Jalen doesn't put himself first. Is Jalen really here for everybody else, or is Jalen looking for something that's self-serving? Again, I don't think that about Jalen Hurts. I don't. But I will acknowledge that I think this will have a ripple effect on that type of unshakable leadership that I think he's shown for the last 5 years. So that's my take on it. I wish he would have went. I wish he would have went.
I think right now he's built up so much equity with Eagle fans that the first sign that there's kind of a skip or something, they're going to start bringing up all the stuff. And I think it'll come back that way. But right now, like I said, what I didn't like about it is some of the stuff that you said. So Barkley answers it professionally and correctly. Barkley goes, I respect the office. That's how I look at it the same way that Saquon Barkley looks at how he handled Trump and how he handled his understanding of what the visit meant. And I like it. I want to quote it one more time here. And here's Barkley, the true leader of your team in my eyes. Some people are really upset because I played golf and flew to the White House with the president in bold letters. Maybe. I just respect the office. Not hard concept to understand. I just golfed with Obama not too long ago and looked forward to finishing my round with Trump. Now you all can go back with your mentions, with all your politics. Have an amazing day. Barkley's telling you flat out, it's had nothing to do with politics. This had everything to do with respecting who the leader of our country is. Just like this, Zander, you don't always respect and like your coach, but you fucking play for him. Okay? That's the same kind of thing that leads with our country here. You may not like Biden. You may not like Clinton. You may not like your head coach or your owner. There's people who play for shitty owners, Donald Sterling, and some of these other guys are terrible. Woody Johnson, you think the Jet players like him, but you play for him. You don't like him, but you still play for him. So my point would be this. The politics of it, Jalen made it political. No one else did. He's the one with his non-verbal anything. He made it. And you got to have
that's deeper than you're leading on to. He didn't intentionally make it political.
He did not.
He has to realize.
Look at the shit now he's bringing up Barkley.
That's what I'm saying about the leadership thing. I see some comment in here. And again, look, I don't want to go down this road because, I'm a white dude. Like there's a guy in here, don't put, let me find the comment, because I do want to address it directly. Harvey says, Zander, stop putting standards on a black man. Well, then don't be the leader of the team because you're not leading only black men, Jonathan Harvey. You're leading a team of people from all different walks of life. What is this? Is that all it's about to you?
No,
just
Jonathan,
being a leader of black men. I'm not black. I'm a white dude. I'm not acting like I know or walked a day in your shoes. I'm not trying to go down that road. But
he doesn't understand what it's about to be on a football team.
It's not standards on a black man. It's a stupid comment. It's standards on leaders, on being a leader.
It's got nothing to do with that.
It's got nothing to do with that at all. But again, if somebody's going to put that in the chat, then I'm gonna fire back at it.
That's got nothing to do with it. It just really doesn't. And so again, well, let me get to some football here with you here. We'll put that to bed for a little bit because I'm sure that'll be a topic all week long.
Yeah.
Would you make it a 3-day?
By the way, just to close it though, I don't really think it's as big of a deal as people make it out to be at the end of the day. But look,
the media will.
Huh? Oh, the media will, and as they should. But again, that's part of it when you were saying that, you got to know as the leader that this is going to open up that can of worms. You didn't intentionally make it political, but that's a natural thing that happens when you're Jalen Hurts. Look, A.J. Brown skipped. Devontae Smith skipped. Jalen Carter skipped. Quinyon Mitchell skipped. I don't hear a thing. Why?
Because Jalen's the leader of the team.
Exactly.
That's right.
Jalen Hurts is held to a different standard. It has nothing to
Absolutely.
do with the color of his skin. It has everything to do with what he is, what he represents,
Do
and
you
how he
remember?
weighed in the team.
Do you remember what Boomer Esiason said? You got to learn how to play with the contract. That's part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
When you're paid $51 million, that's part of it. Okay. All right. What'd you make it a 3-day haul?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I like day 3 a lot. Thought you take some really good, worthy shots there. The Makuba tape. So I've been watching a lot of Makuba tape because, I was going back and forth when they initially made the pick. I'm like, man, 186 pounds at the combine. That is freaking light. And everybody's sending me these clips. And, the dude can play. And that's what I like the most about him is that he's got good instinct and he can flat out play. The question is honest about how will he hold up in the NFL. I mean, it's one thing to lay the wood in college and it work out for you. You got Derrick Henry coming on and you lay the wood. I mean, you could turn into a pile of
You're
dust.
a safety, not
Exactly,
a corner.
real quick. So, that's my question there. But Jahad Campbell, I love. There is a question there where now it's being reported he's got plural injuries on shoulders and knees, and that's why he fell to 31. Now, this was Albert Breer, who's a really good reporter. He put this out, and he says the Eagles are more prepared to take on that risk than other teams, which is why they took him at 31. I think that's a fair thing to watch. What do you think about the way he's going to be used? Because I'm listening to John and I listen to Howie, which I do think has a lot to, a lot of that comes from Vic, on, hey, how we're going to use this guy. I don't think Howie's up there analyzing the player like Vic is. But, and I'm listening. I also see other dudes who are like, dude, this guy was a stud off-ball linebacker. And I watch Alabama every Saturday. He was a stud off-ball linebacker. I know. So I don't know how they viewed him to be drafted. I guess the edge rusher makes sense, but I could see both. I
think, again, it's a football player. It's not. He doesn't have a position like Micah doesn't. But I think he's going to sit at that strong side linebacker. Dean will be your right inside. Zach will be your left inside. Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt will be your will linebacker, weak side. Jalen Carter will be your right end. Davis will be your nose. Moro Jomo and Ty Robinson are going to nail down that left defensive end. That's your front seven. And you're going to have Huff backing up Campbell. And you're going to have Trotter there with that kid who I really like that they took one of my dark horses, the kid from Georgia. I think he's going to be better than Trotter. So that's the front seven. And as a matter of fact, I think they really did a decent job at putting really good bodies, and they're younger. And you got a bunch of really nice, good-looking players in there. The question is going to really be that there is really not a lot of reps. Moro Jomo and Ty Robinson taking over for Milton Williams. Okay, we'll see. We need a little more depth on the tackle positions, I still think. Jalen Carter, obviously a superstar. Zach Bond, Trotter, and the kid from Georgia, Nolan Smith and Hunt. I actually like that front seven. I think that front seven, I'll tell you what, though, God forbid Bond or Carter go down in that front seven, you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm a big fan of the Ty Robinson pick. I've been talking to my boy Abe about that. I think he's going to be an immediate contributor. You don't think that means anything for Jordan Davis, do you? Because he's not really a nose.
No, I think they brought him in. Let's see if Moro Jomo can win that job. I think personally they want Moro Jomo to be that swing guy and put him back as being the guy who could take up for Jalen Carter and for – I believe they want Ty Robinson to win that job.
You think they want Ty Robinson to be the Milton Williams this year?
Yes, I do. And I think what they're going to try to
I think it's more going to be Jomo would move up to be Milton, and then Ty would be what Jomo was last year.
If that's the role they have him penciled in right now, I'm going to talk more with Clint on this, but I think they want Ty to win that job and put Moro Jomo back in that role that he was in a year ago, which he was very effective with Booker, is to back up Carter and Robinson. They want to see if he can beat him out. If Moro Jomo can't beat out Robinson, he's a swing tackle. But if he can beat him out, the Eagles are very good at that left defensive end. They're happy with whoever wins that job, but that's an open competition now. Okay? And the loser will be, guess what? The swing guy, like you had a year ago.
Yeah.
I still think you need some more depth at nose. I think the linebacking core got a little better, a lot better because you re-signed Bond. You got Trotter and you had the kid from Georgia. I love that kid dude. The only reason that kid from Georgia didn't have, he came in as a safety and they moved him around a little bit at Georgia, and he's around a bunch of really good football players. I like that kid. So again, I still think you have a problem though at right cornerback. Get a kid from UCF that you signed.
Yeah, I don't know about him. Mac McWilliams. He I tell you what, he is a good ball hawk. He's got great instinct. He's always around the ball. So I kind of like him, but he's a 5th rounder. Like, how much stock are you going to put in that? I'm not really sure. They certainly didn't address where I wanted them to address it was the corner in round 2. We talked about that on Friday. Trey Amos, he was right there. The Commanders took him a couple spots before the Eagles. I think we'd be talking much differently right now. Imagine if they got Trey Amos, Jahad Campbell, and Ty Robinson. Now, again, I'm not upset about Makuba, but I don't think he would have done for this defense what a guy like Trey Amos would have done for this defense, which is why now, obviously, you would have had to trade up to get him. I know he was taken before you. It's not always as simple as it looks on the outside, so I understand that. But that was the one thing about the Makuba pick. Like, Ty Robinson, I felt like, all right, yeah, one of the better guys on the board. I would have been happy with him or, a couple other players. With Makuba, I felt like there was still a lot of dudes on the board. Holy shit. That's insanity, my brother.
There's my week pay.
No, it's not. Catch Sills, take Zander out to dinner. Holy shit, Catch. That's money, bro. Holy shit. We got to leave that up. What do we do for Catch? We got to do something for Catch.
Make him one of those premier guys.
I got something for Catch.
Catch,
I need your email. I need your email, Catch.
We just had a guy donate $500 to the show.
That's insanity.
I've never seen that. Have you?
No, I've never seen that. I've absolutely never seen that. Are you kidding me?
Thank you very much, Catch. $500. It's probably my aunt.
Wow, that's really cool, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Thank you, man. That's really dope. I don't even remember what I was talking about. That's really freaking cool, man. Catch, I want to send you something, bro. He says, I watch you guys every day. Catch, I appreciate it. Yo, man, I really want to send you something. I got something for you. I really have something for you.
Thank you, man. Dude, that's one of the nicest things I've ever seen for my show. Somebody donated $500 just now.
I got a bunch of Super Bowl merch. I'm gonna send Catch something, man. I gotta send Catch.
Make sure you do that, man. We want you part of the program from now on.
Yeah, bro, that's cool. That's
not really because you did that, but because you opened your heart like that. That's really cool.
Thank you, man. Really, bro. Means a lot to me. Thanks,
absolutely.
Bro. We put in a lot of work over here, sales included, and so to get stuff like that is really cool.
Hey, Catch, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do.
We could have the best content in the world, brother. If these people don't show up, who are we talking to?
Yeah, no, we're talking to nobody. Hey, Catch, by the way, I'm going to screenshot that and post that on my Twitter because that's dope, dude. Absolutely fantastic. All right.
Yeah,
hey, what'd you make of the Goddard thing, dude? I mean, no tight ends at all.
Yeah,
remember I told you? Hey, dude, they're devaluing that position.
Yeah, and the other thing here is, like, I don't understand the point even if Goddard's back. Because if Goddard's back right now, all right, hear me out. If he's back, how long is he back? 1 year? 2 year? So if you bring him back, are you in the same position next year if you get him back this year or 2 years down the line? Like, why would you not take this opportunity to draft a developmental tight end? The reason that we're in this pickle and had to go and sign a bunch of Temu guys is because we never addressed it in the draft previously. So you take 10 picks this year and you don't take one tight end. Again, maybe the board didn't line up. Maybe the right guy wasn't there. I understand all those complexities, but I think you missed out on an opportunity to probably add to that room. Again, even if you bring Goddard back, you probably want to create a little bit of insurance in the future, but I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They certainly are devaluing it.
Absolutely.
Now, he was front and center today with the team when they were up at the White House. By the way, can I just say about the White House? And again, I'm not about Jalen Hurts, not about anybody skipping. It was a great event. All right. Again, I don't give a shit about the president. I don't give a shit who's in office. I don't care if you love him, if you hate him. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool to be the team that we root for.
Yep.
We spend money on. We watch game in and game out. We talk about in April, in May, in June, July, all through the season. To see him up there and being introduced in front of the country with the president, again, whether you like him or not, I thought it was a cool thing, man. I thought it was a really cool thing.
What's going on here, man?
Holy shit, man. You guys are going nuts in here, man.
Wait,
We're
so
going to set a record today.
Holy cow. Somebody just donated $500 and then somebody donated 100.
Shit,
Thank
Catch.
you
And
very much.
Jim Adams. Thank you, bro. Jim Adams and Catch are our viewers of the day today, Big Sills.
Holy cow. Hey, we have supers to read here, so let's make sure
we got to read the supers because I want to read them. We got to go back and forth with some of these people here. Jim, thank you, bro. Catch inspired me. Thank you, Jim.
Absolutely.
Clap it up for the great people, man. You guys keep us on the air. The other thing I'll tell these people is it's one thing to donate money to support, which, again, we appreciate wholeheartedly, but you guys play a big part in legitimately keeping us on the air every day.
Oh, absolutely.
You guys know that. You guys are, a big part of why we're able to be live all day. So thank you so much, guys, for the support. It really goes a long way. So I do appreciate it. Paul Barbarian checks in. Sills, do you think that Vic is trying to recreate a Philly version of the Dome Patrol with Smith, Vaughn, Dean, and Campbell?
Yes. That's Vaughn Johnson. That was Pat Swilling. That was Sam Mills. And that was Ricky Jackson. Yes, that's exactly what it looks like. That's a great pull, Paul. That was his superstar linebacking core for New Orleans when he worked with Coach Morrow Sr. down there. And I played against that team, and they were exceptional football team, and it's an exceptional group. That's a great take. Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah, good stuff, Paul. Thank you, bro. Catch, thanks again, man. Thanks again, bro. Love you, brother. That's really dope of you. Anthony Wilson. Anthony, you've been great today as well, as always, brother. By the way, love both of you. This Hurts stand. I'm going. Hey, listen, here's the other thing I'll say about
I love Anthony.
Here's the other thing I'll say, and I'm with Sills on this. I am happy if I am perfectly okay if you disagree with my take.
Me too.
I hate the environment. Like I go on Twitter today and I'm like, I gotta get off here. Like everybody's acting like just because one Eagles fan thinks different about another Eagles fan that they guys, we're human beings, brother.
That's right.
That's what makes this world turn. We all are different, unique, have different thoughts, feelings, perspectives. It's all good. I appreciate differing opinions.
Wait, do you see Hollywood just put up $100?
Holy shit, man. Oh my God. You guys
I feel like I'm at
the last 10 minutes of the show, too.
Zander, I feel like I'm at a telethon.
I know. I feel like I'm a stripper. They're like tossing money
I
at
know.
me here. Thank you, guys.
Listen
Appreciate
here,
it,
man. I got one more song for my stripper routine here. So 500, we got $700 sitting there just in the last 4 minutes.
Holy shit, man. Thank you, Hogan. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Jim, Catch, Hogan. Thanks, guys. Brian Pumper checking in. These dudes smoking Jalen sausage too much. Tanner McKee is the QB for me.
Yeah, I ain't
going down that road.
Come on, Pump.
Nah, the last thing on it though, is some other city is I saw some other guy said, Jalen made the decision for himself, and I think that kind of proved my point. Like you're supposed to be above that as a leader. You're not making decisions for yourself.
Barkley's the leader of that team to me now.
Anthony Wilson checks in. He says, "Don't sit right with me. Two white guys are judging him on this. Hurts is being a leader to his race. He sees Trump closing Black Museum and erasing Jackie Robinson off the military website."
Why, Anthony?
Again, I love you, brother. We just had a great comment from you. That was a follow-up, but that's a fucking terrible take.
Hey,
bro.
wait a minute, Anthony. Why you judge Trump? I have a problem with a black guy judging Trump. You really want to go down that lane?
Well, he's also leaving out tons of context, and there's no way to answer this without getting political. But what Anthony, you know what else Trump did is he funded historically black colleges and universities more than any other president in the history, and we had a black president before Donald Trump. So again, if you're going to go down this bullshit road though, and say I'm a white guy, so I can't have an opinion.
Wait, let's leave it.
Come on, man, that's dumb though.
The White House.
That's dumb, Anthony. I love you, brother. I'm good with the disagreement, but
I love Anthony.
What does this have to do with Jalen Hurts being black or white?
Nothing.
I don't see it.
Nothing.
Be the leader or don't. What does it have to do with the color or who you are? We're overtime almost, everybody. Those super chats are going to keep Sileo here. I'm going to say no. You're not allowed to go on time today. He says, "Thank you, Angelo. No Birds fan cares about this." I do agree with that. Again, people are going to be criticized Trump. They're still going to watch every single game next year. People are going to criticize the people who, or whatever, the other side of it, people are going to praise Trump or Jalen. They're all going to watch every game next year. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. It's an off-season talk. Burkor says, Big Z, great job this past weekend. Really enjoyed every minute of it. Mike, thank you, bro.
Yep,
thank you, man. I appreciate that. One more I think we got here. Leon Banks, I saw that. Bill getting controlled by a 20-year-old SMH. Ain't no woman going to control me, Stills. Don't get me wrong. I love
you see
I
that
love me at MILF. Nobody controls me. That's pretty
Hey, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That was weird.
Oh, dude, embarrassing.
I can't really get behind any of that, man.
No.
Hey, I don't know.
Hey, I've lost all respect for Belichick.
That whole thing gives me the ick.
Yeah, me too, man. That was a really awful look, man.
Prince says, identify as a white man every time I get pulled over. There you go, Prince. Whatever you got to do, Prince.
Yeah.
James Jones, 99 cents. Thanks, bro. Michael Robinson, it's the red hat, Zander. Keep up the good work. Thanks, bro. I like this red hat. Matches the red super chats that we got today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Prince got one here now. Prince got one here.
No, I just got that.
Okay.
Yeah, I got him. I think I got them all.
All right. Wow, what a day.
Yeah, what a day is right.
Hey, dear God, thank you so much for the Philadelphia Eagles. Unbelievable.
Wait, but don't the storylines today, don't the storylines today that prove that what you're saying, whether you liked it or didn't like it, because a lot of people disagreed with you today, is right? Like, we just had an NFL draft where we added 10 players to our roster.
Yeah.
We added 9 undrafted free agents.
Yep.
We basically rebuilt the team that we're going to watch week in and week out next year.
I'm happy where it is.
Again, and the only thing that we really had to talk about today was Jalen skipping the White House. And that's where I'm like, yo, you got to be the leader. You got to be able to see through some of that.
That's the story.
Yep. That's unfortunate.
Get this. Watch this. Jalen made it political, and he made Trump a story. That don't they get it? You know how you feed Trump? Make him relevant by doing stuff like this. You should have just showed up and made it a non-factor. Anyway, whatever.
Well, this guy says you guys are full of shit. Freedom is free as long. No, that's not true at all. For Bird Gang, you can say Jalen as a man can choose what he wants to do. I agree with that. As a leader of a football team, there's a different standard. I'm also free to have an opinion on it. I'm also free to tell you what I think of it. I'm also free to opine, to discuss, to make as many videos, to make as many YouTube channels, and to do whatever the fuck I want about it. That is America, not agreeing with my politics. Sorry, bro. That's a dumb comment.
And with that, what a day. Angelo Cataldi, Howard Eskin, Gary Cobb, and Big Z with the red hat. Hey,
apparently the red hat's now getting caught.
Hey, what do you make? Hey, what do you make? I got Chris Hinton on tomorrow.
I know, dude. I'm so pumped about that. I saw you tweeting him.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. By the way, I think that kid could be a good pick.
Yeah, me too. Hey, dude,
I mean, his dad was a damn good football player, Chris Hinton. So,
dude, his dad was 7 times. Dude, the guy's got more Pro Bowls than Lane.
Yeah, amazing. 7 Pro Bowls. Yep.
Yeah,
that's true.
He does, man. Zander, great stuff. Let me say goodbye to these freakazoids.
All right, brother.
Wait, we got one more, Z.
Great draft. I graded that C+. No tight end, didn't get top targets in second and third round. Would have liked one more day 2 pick. All right. Would have liked one more day 2.
Maybe B- would have been okay with that there. All right. Zander, great stuff.
I see everybody. By the way, I appreciate everybody, even the people who disagree, Bird Gang General, the guy, Jonathan Harvey, anybody. I appreciate you all, man.
You got it. Z, thank you. Make sure you check them out at Birds 365. Wow. You guys were awesome. Thank you very much. That's crazy stuff at the end. 2 to 6 tomorrow. Big Z, Joe, thank you very much. And thank you guys. Please hit that like button on the way out. 2 to 6 tomorrow. We'll see you on the flip side.